So everyone in the community is losing their minds over the new Genesis terminal, how it's just a greedy cash grab, and that the new system feels like it was designed by people with no brains. But what if there's actually a point to this new system? And what if the Genesis terminal isn't the finished product, but just step one in a bigger plan to completely change how the skin economy works? Right now, the community is staring at the Genesis terminal and calling it a failure, and Valve's way to remove the gambling aspect from cases. But I feel like we're asking the wrong questions. The real question isn't what is the Genesis terminal, it's what is this for, and what does this mean for the future of cases in CS2? Today we're diving into all the evidence that in my eyes all point to one thing, and that is the armory pass system and most likely the future of how we get skins in CS2. Before we get started, if you guys could drop a like on this video, subscribe with your notifications turned on. Also, don't forget about the giveaway. Those details will be in the pinned comments. And now let's dive in. So first, to understand where Valve is headed for the future, you first have to appreciate the absolute chaos that they've deliberately been unleashing over the last year. It started with something small and escalated into a full-blown market panic. The most obvious piece of the puzzle is, yes, the introduction of the Genesis terminal, which, if you guys forget, it first showed up in September as a new weekly drop. But this wasn't just a normal case, and you could unseal it for free. Inside, you'd meet the arms dealer who would offer you up to 5 skins, all from the Genesis collection, each with a price tag and a 72-hour countdown for how long you had to purchase the item. You could then grab the skin directly or pass on multiple offers, and if you decline all 5, then the terminal just breaks. Many players in the community were immediately split. On one side, you could finally see what you were buying, no more praying for Gaben or the RNG gods, but on the other side, the prices were set by Valve themselves and some mystery algorithm. The whole thing felt unfinished and a weird system that pissed off a lot of people, and if we thought we were in for something then, that was honestly just the start. The real bombshell update landed in October of 2025. Out of nowhere, Valve dropped an update that let players trade up 5 covert red rarity skins for a guaranteed knife or gloves. For a decade, getting a gold item was super lucky, and suddenly there was a direct path, and the market didn't just dip, it was in free fall. In the days after the update, the skin market lost an estimated $2.75 billion in value. Knives and gloves crashed overnight, and the panic selling followed many days after the update. With this, we knew it wasn't just an accident, and Valve proved they're perfectly willing to take a sledgehammer to the foundations of the skin economy, and stress testing this system is exactly the point of this update. And with the Genesis terminal, it was a test for the direct purchase model, something we've seen in games like Valorant or other game item shops. And then more recently, the reds to a gold update was a test for direct supply control, and I think these moves are way bigger than we actually think. So if the Genesis terminal and then the trade up crash were just Valve throwing rocks at the market, then what is their end game? Here's the part where everyone seems to be forgetting that phase 1 of this new model has been live for almost over a year now, and we know that as the armory pass. Rolled out way back in October of 2024, the armory pass was sold as a simple battle pass. You pay a flat fee, and as you play and earn XP, you get armory stars. You spend those stars in the shop to directly buy skins, charms, and even cases. You also have map and item collections like the train, overpass, and sport and field collections. There's no need for keys, it's just random rolls. You see what you could get, you grind, you buy it, you buy the pass again, and you buy it again. It's an easy, clean, progression-based system, which is what I think will be the main faucet of how we earn skins in the future. So for a little over a year now, we've seen the armory pass as a thing that's been running alongside the old case system, but what if it isn't just a parallel system, it's actually the replacement for how we see cases and what the future of cases will be? People have been whispering for months that Valve is slowly fading out the traditional case model, and that evidence has been piling up over updates and updates. We're already seeing cases like the fracture case get moved into the rare drop pool. We've also seen the gallery case added to the discontinued pool, and not to mention that the new reported drop rates are at an all-time low for rare case drops. But why would Valve be doing this, and why would they deliberately be destroying their old case model that has been printing them billions for years now? And I truthfully think it comes down to the governments. Worldwide governments are cracking down on loot boxes, calling them what they are. They're unregulated gambling. And for Valve, this has been something that they've known for a very long time, that the walls are closing in on their old case model, and that the armory pass is their get out of jail free card. By making players play the game to earn stars, which are then used to redeem items, they add a crucial layer that changes the model from using a key system to a star system, and you only earn that by playing the game. It definitely shifts this model from a pay to win a random item to play to earn a random item. It's a system practically designed to sidestep the gambling laws and regulation while keeping the money flowing at rates that they want to keep. And now to connect the dots, the armory pass provides the framework. The Genesis terminal was the live test for a direct buy system that's dynamically priced to supply and demand, and the knife trade up proved that Valve has no problem nuking the old high value assets to clear the way for the future of their new system. systems. So what do I think Valve is really planning here? Forget getting new cases. I feel that era might be over. However, I do feel like Valve will be pushing out the ones that they have left in the very near future, but maybe they increase the price of a case in the Armory Pass from 2 stars, and going forward there's no set key price. We can open cases that we redeem from the Armory Pass. So instead of redeeming a case in the Armory Pass for, let's say, 2 stars, maybe it's going to be like 8 stars, and we'll still have the classic roll system that we know from cases, but it will all be built inside of the Armory Pass. We'll also have the new collections that will launch directly inside the Armory Pass, like what's been happening. Maybe new seasons will kick off, and with that a new Armory Pass update will launch. Find the Pass gives you access to the exclusive collections. All the skins will be laid out in the Armory Pass, maybe each one with a fixed star price or with the same random roll system that we have right now. I think the point of this is trying to get the gambling aspect built into the Armory stars, because it's not actual money. And don't get it twisted, it is actual money, right? But it's money that you have to earn using the battle pass system that Valve has put in place. You have to play the game to earn stars to then redeem items. You'll no longer be gambling for a chance at a skin. You'll be grinding XP to earn a skin through the battle pass system. This also opens the door for tiered systems. Picture the standard Armory Pass at $15.99 like it is right now. That lets you grind for the main collections that are in the Armory Pass. But what about a premium Armory Pass bundle? This is something that I thought about in the past, but similar to how Fortnite worked in the past with extra tiers, this could give players a head start on stars, or maybe unlock a whole nother separate collection of skins that the regular pass holders can't even see. It could also come bundled with exclusive items and stickers. The monetization options are endless and far more direct than the old key and case model. And speaking of cases, then what happens to the thousands of old cases that are on the Steam market? I definitely don't think they'll just vanish from the Steam market. They'll likely just be discontinued and stop dropping in our weekly drops. I think they'll still be tradable and will most likely never lose the market model that we have on Steam, unless a government step down happens or new regulations. This is a brilliant business model that Valve could be doing. It creates a predictable, reoccurring revenue stream with every single new seasonal pass. It ties in paid content directly to playtime and earned XP, and grants Valve an absolute iron fist control over the supply and price of new items. They'd be shutting down the crazy market speculation and gambling battles that they've been fighting for years. The other idea that I had in mind, right, if you could buy the cases that are on the Steam market still, then what happens to the key and case model if they're going to be removing that in total? And in my head, I haven't really fully thought it through. I think though, even if they made a small fee on top of the cases sold on the market, it could supplement the income lost from the cases being opened without keys. There's definitely 1,000 different directions that Valve could go on this. So to wrap up, I don't think that the Genesis terminal is complete just yet. I think that it was a step that Valve had to make, and is most likely about to shift again in the near future. While I don't fully see the big picture just yet, I think everyone's sleeping on the Genesis terminal for what it is right now, which is understandable. It launched as what I was calling it a huge cash grab, but I think there's something bigger at play and we just don't see it. Don't take my advice, but I'm gonna buy into some just because of the price. If it goes down and I'm wrong, it goes down. I personally feel like something is happening behind the scenes, we just don't see it. For this video, I tried not to make it about just the new type of case being the terminals. I wanted to make it about the total reconstructing of how we get skins and Valve's move away from gambling and the future of cases. We can't deny that the random case opening days aren't over yet, but the era of the Armory Pass and the future of terminals are just the beginning. But that's my take. If you found this video informative and you'd like to see more, don't forget to check out my channel below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget about the giveaway. Those details will be in the pinned comments. Until next time, this has been Zach, and I will catch you guys in the next one.